Welcome, and let this story bring you warmth and calm tonight. Akalfa and Jasmine, an embrace of friendship. This story is about the deep and unbreakable bond of friendship between a young girl named Akalfa and a brave puppy named Jasmine, centered around the power of an embrace. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young girl named Akalfa who had a heart as vast as the sky. One autumn afternoon, as the leaves danced in the gentle breeze, Akalfa discovered a small, brave puppy named Jasmine by the old oak tree near the edge of the forest. Jasmine had soft golden fur that shimmered like the first rays of dawn and eyes that sparkled with mischief and curiosity. Despite her small size, Jasmine had an indomitable spirit that resonated with Akalfa's own adventurous soul. The villagers often spoke of the magical bond that could form between humans and their animal companions, but Akalfa never truly understood it until she met Jasmine. And with a gentle embrace, she lifted the timid puppy and whispered words of comfort, feeling an inexplicable connection growing with each passing moment. Days turned into weeks, and their friendship blossomed like the wildflowers in the meadows. They embarked on countless adventures, exploring hidden groves, climbing ancient ruins, and sharing secrets beneath the starlit sky. Jasmine's bravery inspired Akalfa to face her own fears, and in return, Akalfa's kindness filled Jasmine's heart with unconditional love. One chilly winter night, a fierce storm descended upon the village, shaking the walls of Akalfa's cozy home. The howling winds and cracking thunder terrified Jasmine, who sought refuge in Akalfa's warm embrace. Holding her beloved friend close, Akalfa whispered calming words, her voice a soothing melody against the roaring tempest. The storm eventually passed, but the memory of that night stayed with them both. It was a testament to their enduring bond, a symbol of the strength they found in each other's embrace. As the years went by, their friendship only deepened, becoming an unbreakable thread woven into the fabric of their lives. Through joys and sorrows, triumphs and challenges, Akalfa and Jasmine remained inseparable. They learned that true friendship is about being there for each other, embracing one another's strengths and weaknesses, and finding courage in the warmth of a loving embrace. Let's embrace the next chapter of our journey. Embrace. This story is about a woman named Magnolia and a ferret named Frisia, whose fond and trusting embrace helped them overcome some of life's toughest moments. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a gentle woman named Magnolia. Her days were filled with caring for her blossoming garden and providing comfort to the townsfolk. Every morning, Magnolia would greet the rising sun with a smile and tend to her flowers, speaking to them in hushed tones. Her garden was a riot of colors, a testament to her nurturing spirit. One fateful day, as Magnolia was going about her usual routine, she discovered a small, trembling ferret huddled beneath a rose bush. The creature was shivering, its eyes wide with fear. Magnolia's heart ached at the sight. She carefully picked up the ferret, cradling it in her warm hands. The tiny animal seemed to sense her kindness and gradually relaxed into her embrace. She decided to name the ferret Frisia after the fragrant flowers that symbolize friendship and trust. Magnolia took Frisia into her cozy cottage, where the air was always filled with the scent of baked bread and lavender. She fashioned a snug little bed for Frisia and provided a dish of fresh milk. Frisia's eyes sparkled with gratitude as she nuzzled into the soft bedding. Over the following weeks, Magnolia and Frisia became inseparable. The villagers often spotted the pair walking through the fields, Magnolia gently holding Frisia close to her heart. They shared many moments of quiet companionship, Magnolia reading aloud by the fire while Frisia curled up on her lap. On particularly chilly nights, Frisia would snuggle under Magnolia's chin, basking in the warmth and safety of her embrace. One wintry evening, as snowflakes danced outside the window, Magnolia bundled Frisia in a tiny knitted sweater she'd made. They sat by the fireplace, watching the flames flicker and whispering stories of far-off places. Frisia's bright eyes gleamed with wonder and affection for her human companion. In the heart of winter, Magnolia fell ill and was bedridden. Frisia, sensing her friend's distress, stayed by her side every moment. She would curl up next to Magnolia, her soft fur providing comfort. Magnolia found strength in Frisia's presence, filling her fears melt away with each gentle nudge and nuzzle. Through the cold months their bond grew even stronger. Frisia's unwavering devotion and Magnolia's endless love created a cocoon of warmth and solace. With the arrival of spring, Magnolia's health slowly returned, and the garden once again burst into bloom. Frisia, always near, celebrated each new sprout and blossom with her. Their street became a beloved tale in the village, a symbol of how love and trust can conquer even the darkest days. As the years passed, Magnolia and Frisia continued to share their lives, their hearts intertwined by an unbreakable bond. They taught the village that true love is found in the slowest of embraces, and that sometimes the most meaningful connections are those formed in silence and understanding. Let's just move gently to the next story. Clover and the Shell Collector Pixie. This story is about Clover and a mischievous pixie named Zinnia who bond over collecting and listening to magical shells that tell stories from the sea. Clover lived in a cozy cottage by the sea, where the waves whispered secrets to those who listened closely. One sunny morning, she decided to explore the shoreline in search of unique shells. Armed with a wicker basket and brimmed hat, she wandered along the sandy beach, each step pressing into the cool, wet sand. As she collected shells of all shapes and colors, she stumbled upon a peculiar sight, a shell adorned with delicate, shimmering patterns, unlike any she ever seen. Just as she reached out to pick it up, a blur of tiny wings and mischievous laughter burst forth. "Stop! That's mine!" a small, sparkling creature cried out. Clover's eyes widened, taking in the sight of a pint-sized pixie of iridescent wings and bright green eyes who fluttered before her. "I'm Zinnia, the shell collector, Pixie," the creature proclaimed with a proud smile. Clover marveled at Zinnia's beauty and the sense of wonder she carried. "What are you doing with all these shells?" Clover asked. Zinnia twirled in the air, a trail of glitter following her. "These aren't ordinary shells. Each one holds a story from the sea," she explained. Intrigued, Clover listened as the pixie revealed that each shell echoed the tales of sailors, mermaids, and underwater kingdoms. Eager to learn more, Clover asked if she could help Zinnia. The pixie hesitated, then agreed, seeing the genuine interest in the human's eyes. As they ventured further along the shore, Zinnia showed Clover how to distinguish the special shells from ordinary ones. Held shells to their ears, hearing faint melodies and whispers. Each shell found had a unique song: a fisherman's love tale, a mermaid's lullaby, a sum of a lost city beneath the waves. As the day grew, their collection expanded and a bond formed between them. Clover learned not just about the shells, but also about friendship and patience. By the time the sun began to set, both of them had gathered enough shells to fill Clover's basket and Zinnia's small satchel. Back at the cottage, Zinnia used her pixie magic to animate the shells, weaving the stories into ethereal visions that danced in the air. Clover watched in awe, feeling as though she had glimpsed into an enchanted world. Thank you, Zinnia, for sharing this magic with me, Clover said, gratitude shining in her eyes. Zinnia grinned mischievously. No, thank you, Clover, for the company and your kindness. As the night settled, Clover and Zinnia bid each other farewell with promise to meet again for more adventures. Clover fell asleep that night with dreams filled with magical shells and new friendships, the sound of the waves serenading her into a peaceful slumber. Here's another story to ease you into the night. Salvia and Vinka's Journey of Awe. This story is a heartwarming tale of a young girl named Salvia and a talking snail named Vinka who embark on a journey filled with awe and wonder. Once upon a time, in a lush and vibrant meadow, there lived a young girl named Salvia who loved to explore. She wore a simple dress adorned with daisies and always carried a small wicker basket. One sunny morning, she met a talking snail named Vinka. Vinka had a shout that sparkled like tiny stars and carried stories of the world with him. They quickly became friends and decided to go on an adventure together. As they walked through the meadow, they saw dazzling butterflies fluttering round, painting the air with their colorful wings. The lush greenery rustled gently as a soft breeze passed through. The sweet fragrance of blooming flowers filled the air, making every breath feel like a gift. "To look at that stunning rainbow over the hill," exclaimed Salvia, with wonder in her eyes. Vinka squinted and smiled. Nature never ceases to amaze, does it? Followed, they continued their journey and came upon a sparkling stream. The water glistened like liquid diamonds, and they could see fish swimming gracefully, their scales catching the light. They decided to rest by the stream and share their stories. Vinka began, "I have traveled to faraway lands and seen the tallest mountains and deepest forests. Each place has its own magic where." Salvia listened intently, her eyes wide with awe. "Tell me more, Vinka. What other wonders have you seen?" Diwanati continued. "I once saw a tree so ancient that its roots seemed to reach the beginning of time. Its branches were home to countless creatures, all living in harmony." Salvia's heart swelled with amazement. She told Vinka, "I want to see all these places with my own eyes." "The world is so full of wonder." The sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the meadow. Salvia and Vinka set up a small camp with a cozy blanket and a lantern. As they lay under the twinkling stars, they felt a deep sense of contentment and awe. They whispered stories until they both drifted off to sleep, dreaming of new adventures. From that day on, Salvia and Vinka continued to explore, always finding something new and wondrous. The world, with all its beauty and mystery, was waiting for them. And so, their journey of awe never truly ended. Good night, and may you find warmth in your dreams.